Today we're going to take a look at another mini folding bike. This one's from Macwheel. I had a fun experience reviewing the P10, a tiny e-bike from Highboy, so I was looking forward to giving the Macwheel a try. The Macwheel LNE-16, as it's officially called, is currently priced at $499. I believe this price is part of a month-long promotion they have going on, and then the price jumps to $599 after. This is a very approachable price for any personal electric-powered device, but the real question is, does an e-bike this size have any practical use, and how is the quality on a bike this price? Let's take a look at the components of this bike, and then I'll talk about performance and give my evaluation on who this bike would be suited for.
Okay, so let's start at the top of the bike and work our way down. There's actually really not a lot of components on this bike. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. It's designed to be simple, that's what it's for, and that's kind of the price point that it's at too, is that super simple, get you from point A to point B type of bike. So we have some really standard slide-on grips. They move a bit. I'm recording this after I've already taken it on a few rides, and so I can say that the grips aren't awful when you're actually riding, but I mean, if you wanted to switch them, totally understandable. This one is a half grip because of the twist throttle, so keep that in mind. If you're getting some walking grips you might have to cut them down. The brakes are Zoom mechanical brakes, nothing amazing, but they do actually a really decent job on the bike. What I found so far is that I don't feel like I need anything more. Right here you have just the simple display that'll just show you your ride modes and your battery percentage, and that's basically it. So you just hold that to turn it on. Doesn't look like the mode button does anything. And then you just press the up and down, the plus and minus buttons to switch through all the riding modes. I'll go over all the riding modes and how they feel when you're riding in a little bit. So this button right here enables and disables the throttle. So right now it's disabled, and then you can click it in and it enables it. So if you want to make sure that you don't accidentally hit the throttle, you can click that button out. So you have your standard twist throttle. Nothing really of note there, and then your bell. So here the bars install using this quick release lever. It makes it really easy to install the bars, and then you don't have to worry about them. If you need to pop them out for whatever reason, that's really easy to do. They made the assembly as simple as possible by just making everything like quick release levers and that kind of stuff, so you don't have to use too many tools in order to put it together or take it apart.
So the other thing I wanted to point out is that, as you can see, the handlebars are not perpendicular to the wheel, the front wheel. And I've looked and I've tried to fix it, and it doesn't look like there's any way to adjust those bars. So I don't know if this is a manufacturing defect on mine specifically, or if they're all gonna come like this, but yeah, just heads up, the wheel is not perpendicular to the handlebars.
The seat on this folding bike, this is the first folding bike that has a seat that has a long enough seat tube to to accommodate me. I'm about 6 feet tall, maybe 6'1", and this actually goes high enough where I'm really comfortable on it. So, but it can be, the quick release can be switched, and you can fold it and slide it all the way down inside of the bike if you need it to be smaller. So the folding mechanism on the e-bike is actually pretty interesting. So this just unscrews, and it has this C-clamp that goes over the pieces of metal there. And then once it's unscrewed, it just no longer is clamping the pieces together, and it can be folded down. So here we have the front fork and the front tire. They're 16-inch tires. Here's your disc brakes. Comes with this mud guard, which is actually honestly pretty annoying. It's already rubbing, already makes noise, so that will probably come off. And then the tires feel you know, the wheels feel a little small, but they're fine. I mean, for what it's for, it is supposed to be small and folding. And there's no front suspension, it's just a standard fork. So I do run the tires just a touch softer than I would on other bikes, to try and give me a little bit of suspension with the pneumatic tires, and that's been working pretty well. So looking at the rear, it is a 1x1 drivetrain, or a fixie, or whatever you want to call it. So riding it without one of the power modes actually is kind of annoying and not very efficient. So this really, riding it in the 0 with no assist setting is honestly only really for emergencies, if like you run out of battery and absolutely need to go. So yeah, the 1x1 is nice to help with maintenance. You don't have a cassette to worry about, you don't have any shifting to worry about, and it keeps it really simple. So, you know, for what this is designed to be and what it costs, I think they did a really good job keeping it nice and simple. So this is a hub motor. I don't expect anything at this price point to have a mid-drive motor, but yeah, I mean, it does a good job. You know, it's a 250 watt motor. It gets the thing up to 15 miles an hour really well, and overall for the price, I think is good value. So the battery on this is actually built into the main tube of the bike, which is super nice, makes it not have one of those awkward big battery packs sitting in the middle, but rather it's actually the support structure of the bike and also the battery. The first of the last couple features on this bike that I wanted to look at is you have your standard kickstand. Doesn't seem like it's going to fall off, but then that's what I always think, and they always end up falling off. But actually, the bolts on here seem decent. This is definitely a bike that you want a kickstand for, so that's nice. So you'll see here something that looks like a brake light, but as far as I can tell, it's just a reflector, as is the front. So no lights on here. You'd have to install your own handlebar light and rear light if you wanted that feature on this bike, if you're commuting at night or something like that. Alright, now here's what it looks like to completely fold the bike down to its smallest possible dimensions.
Okay, let's jump on the bike now and see how it performs. The ride modes range from 0 to 5. Ride mode 0 is full manual pedaling, and ride mode 1 is such light assist that it almost feels no different to ride mode 0. Ride mode 2 is where it feels like the bike really starts to electronically assist you properly.
Okay, I'm in riding mode 2 right now. Doesn't feel too bad. At higher speeds, like when I was going down that hill back there, it felt a little unstable, the bike, but overall it doesn't feel bad. All right, let's go to 3. Okay, that's pretty good. This bike does have quite a bit of zip to it, surprisingly, considering the other folding e-bikes, like mini ones like this I've tried, really don't have this level of zip to them. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, you could comfortably ride at this level. This is probably, what, 10 miles an hour? Let's try 4. Okay. Starting to edge up into the territory where like the pedal strokes are faster than the motor is assisting, so you're not meeting any resistance. So now I'm up into 5. Yeah, I mean 5 is max pedal assist, so I'm not meeting any resistance on my feet while I pedal. At this point, I mean, if you're gonna ride in 5, you might as well just use the throttle here. Okay, let's try. This is a hill that we saw previously in the Highboy NEX-5 review. So let's see how it covers this hill. Not too bad. Motor assist 5. Yeah, this is nice having the level 5 assist, because at this point you are feeling resistance on the pedals here. Yeah, this isn't bad at all. At 5, I'm getting a little bit of a workout, and I still need to pedal, but doesn't feel bad at all. Let's try just the throttle. But yeah, it's definitely struggling with just the throttle. Let's see. Keep pedaling here. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. That's the top. Yeah, so I definitely think that, like, if you need something that'll get you up and down hills on a budget, that this is a good choice.
Macwheel's website says that the bike gets 18 miles of range, but based on my experience with claimed range versus actual range, and also based on how fast the battery depleted while I rode, I would put it more realistically around 10 to 12 miles of range on maxed out pedal assist. But if you guys want to see a range test, then let me know down below.
The biggest thing I think that a little mini e-bike like this has over, especially this one, has over a scooter at the same price is 100% the hill climbing aspect. Like, the ability to pedal means that hill climbing is really reasonable, you know? The quality isn't, you know, you get on it and it doesn't feel like a top of the line product, but that's not what it's aiming to be, you know? It's very much aiming to be a budget friendly, you know, option that will get you the last mile to your destination. And so I think if that's what you need it for, then it does that very well.
This folding bike does have some issues with quality, but offers a decent product that can get you where you need to go on a budget. I'm of the opinion that unless you are on an extremely tight budget and have no time to save a little extra money, it would be better to buy an e-bike or electric scooter in the $1,000 range, where you start to find quality products with better performance. Thanks for tuning into this review. Leave any questions you have down in the comments below and I'll try to answer them, and I'll see you in the next video.